I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's something astrological, but the downloads are coming in quick and there is a lot of information all at once. So I'm guided to do this reading for you. Who are you and what do you need to know? And I wasn't going to sit in meditation. I wasn't going to do anything. I was just going to turn on the camera and start pulling cards. But as soon as I grabbed the deck, all of this information started flowing through. And I got it's just random things. And I feel like these are clues. The things I got, the things that came to me, these are clues to let you know the reading's for you. And then I'm also going to pull out some charms. So if anything resonates here for you in any way, like you feel intuitively connected to something that I say, then this message is for you. There's also a bigger message for the collective, and it's about downloading information and channeling energies. There's something that has shifted for sure. Starting yesterday, and I did a members only reading yesterday, and it was all about something is starting right now. And what was starting right now, or what did start yesterday for me, was this new feeling of channeling information that I haven't had quite like that before. It was almost like the information is right there. Normally, I usually have to sit and get my energy right and, meditate a little bit and see what comes through. But this was just like, there was like no buffer between me and the information. It was just right there. I don't know if that makes sense, but usually it's almost like there's this energetic wall or this veil between me and the information in the beginning, and I have to slowly pull back the veil and see what's behind it. It's kind of like this chill process, but yesterday and today, it's just like, boom, as soon as I put my pencil to the paper, it was all came out. So this could be happening for you, a new sensation that you experience. Follow it, trust it, see what happens with it. I feel as though this is kind of a new energy wave that has come through for the collective in general. More access to information, easier access to information. And there's something about the quickness of it that matters. It's like Spirit wants to know things quickly rather than having to perhaps sit with something for quite some time in order to figure it out. Okay, so the things that I got is you're connected to nature. So this is, whoever this message is for. You could have a connection with wolves, or there's a significant wolf picture or artwork with wolves on it. There's something about a spinning top, a tincture. You could be a botanist, or you could be into apothecary, something about herbalism as well, forest bathing. Perhaps that's a practice you take up. I saw red polka dots. It almost looked like red polka dot shoes or some kind of clothing. Obsidian. I saw the tail of a whale, when they come out of the water and they hit their tail against the water. Some of you might have a necklace with a whale tail on it. There was a lot of nautical themes coming through, something about a ship, a boat, like a sailboat. This is linked to your father or your grandfather or some kind of ancestral pattern. Maybe there was migration on a boat or something about a ship. That's very significant. It also feels like you have memories of being in the water at some point. Maybe these are kind of foggy memories, past life memories, or things that have slipped from your conscious awareness as you got older. You had some kind of special spiritual psychic experience in water. I saw a broken watch. Again, more nautical images are coming through right now. And then I heard a penny for your forgiveness. Something about a music box, a kaleidoscope. I'm seeing a bread box right now. Rooster, and then I heard roadrunner, muddy boots, and the letters A and T. So I'm going to pull out some more charms and see what else we get now that you're here. But if any of those things connected with you, and especially if more than one thing connected with you, for some of you, this is all childhood stuff that connects with you. But either way, then this message is for you if you're already resonating. Okay, let's see. What else can we get, Spirit? We have Leo, handcuffs, a crescent moon, a red smiley face, something about, I'm seeing that angry emoji face right now, You know, the red one, the reddish orange one, a heart, a fox, the letter J, and the letter R. Fox has been coming through quite a bit for me. The letter D, the letter B, the letter S, ballet slippers. That links to that music box. I was seeing a ballerina turn around in a music box. Okay, a couple more and then we'll get into the reading. And if nothing comes through that you resonate with, but you still feel intuitively guided to watch this, then go ahead. Do what you want to do. The letter L, this white thread. I'm hearing 7, something about groups. Oh my gosh, is this a howling wolf? Yes, that's what I saw, a howling wolf. Okay, so that's emphasized again. An open book. You could be a scholar, a researcher, an academic of some sort. Something about Bible studies coming through too. Fortune, palmistry could be something interesting that is related to you in some way. We have a key, the letter G, and this tree of life. That's how it began, connected to nature, connected to trees. Now, the other interesting thing that has happened is I'm using a pencil, and I never use a pencil. I usually use a pen. So there's something about impermanence, your ability to go back in time and erase something, to change something, to rewrite your own history. Okay, and the color blue could be significant. Okay, let's get in and see who you are and what you need to know. This is kind of a, yeah, it's a fun energy. It's exciting because it feels new. Yeah, and I feel like that's for you. It's like some new information, new way of receiving information. Okay, so let's find out. Who are you? Who are you? Who? I really want to know. Okay, who are you? I'm sorry to brutalize you with my lack of singing skills. Let's see. Who are you? Collective. I feel very good energy though. It feels like it's time to have some fun. Moon bathe in hope, and I got forest bathing. Moon bathe in hope. That's who you are. Well, you're here on 13 Moon Tarot, so of course you have a connection to the moon, and we saw the crescent moon. So connection. Ooh, look at this owl. You know what this reminds me of? For those of you who have been here for a while, I don't know what reading it was. I'll try to find it, but there was a reading I did and Wolfgang was kind of behind me, one of my cats, and he was like this. He was just kind of peeking out. And the title of the reading was something about your shadow always being there, even if you don't realize it, like meaning that Wolfgang was hiding out back there and I didn't see it until after. So I'll try to find that reading and link it below because I do feel like it's connected. Also, if you're interested in the members reading, I'll also link that below too. If you feel like you've been getting more information lately, channeling through information in a new way, that could be very important for some of you, especially if you resonate with the number 40 or 45. So you're somebody who cleanses themselves every moon cycle. So the full moon or the new moon, you could really feel the effects. I'm also noticing feminine and masculine energies coming together here. Okay, let me pull out one card for what you need to know, and then I think I'm going to read this card. It's a new deck for me, and I think there's some more information there, especially with that owl that's half hidden. And owls represent intuition, nocturnal awareness, of course, nocturnal acceleration. You excel in the night, in the moon, in the mystery, in the unknown, in the feminine energy. I'm getting this. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but you have people with secrets are attracted to you. Okay, I don't know if that's something you like or don't like, but people with secrets are attracted to you. Welcome presents and have tea with the birds is what you need to know. Okay, so lots of animal connections too, animal messengers that come into your life. This is what you need to know right now. Oh, and I'm seeing this little envelope, this message. There's a message coming through to you, not just in this tarot format, but literally you're receiving some invitation or information. I'm hearing a little bird told me. You could be doing really well right now with scrying. It could be in coffee cups or teacups, or there could be something else you like to use. I like using balsamic oil and olive oil together because I like to eat that with my bread, but I tend to look into that because it makes interesting patterns. So you could mix those two together. There's something about boiling water I'm seeing. Welcome presents. Hold on one second. If you meet someone unusual, particularly a stranger or someone you don't really know well, maybe they're just an acquaintance, and they seem to want to kind of be around you or tell you something, or they're really talking a lot, listen to it. There's a message that's coming through that person. I also feel like this is about the channeling I was talking about. See, all of these different energies and all this information that you have access to. It can feel overwhelming, but I feel like Spirit is saying if you welcome in the information you receive, the Chariot, then there's something that happens quicker than you thought it could or it would. Okay, let me read this part of the book. Number 2, Moonbathe in Hope. I'm going to get some more cards to clarify, but I would really like to see what this says. Now is the time for moon bathing in hope. Mother Moon is a friend to all dreamers. She incubates your dreams and grows wings for all your wishes. She encourages all to remember not all who wander are lost. Roam, wander, and the Chariot. Receive. She doesn't shine exclusively for the special, the brightly talented, or accomplished. In fact, she shines brightest in the dark. Embrace those hopeful rays. Take a walk in her radiance. Bask in her glow. Have a conversation with her about all the untold stories in your soul and the wishes waiting to grow wings. Ask her to guide you through the dark night, bringing luminosity to all that's currently unknown, unseen, or unformed. So you may be experiencing a kind of lull or dip in the energy, but I can feel like, but there's also a boost underneath it. But maybe things have kind of waned, the waning moon. And this is kind of your superpower, actually. It's when things go quiet and when things begin to wane and drop off that you're suddenly revitalized with new information or new energy, new opportunities. You know how some people, they keep going on this trajectory and like one door leads to another door and it leads to another door. Well, that's fine and dandy and predictable and requires a lot of sustained hard work. But there's something about your energy that is more cyclical, like the moon. It's ebb and flow, it's up and down, peaks and valleys. And while that can be hard to predict at times, and you don't know when you're going to get out of the lull or when you're going to go and excel in something, when you're going to drop, it's much more dynamic and concurrent with the resonance of your energy. Concurrent with the resonance of your energy. I guess your current energy. So if you're looking for success that has a kind of predictable trajectory or relationship that follows the steps as it's been laid out by society that you should follow, or the, you know, the patterns of love that has been forged. Something about that has been forged in the stone. I don't know what that means. But it's like somebody else's definitions of love. If your experience doesn't go like that, it's because you're not like that. Impermanence. Your energy can't really be forged in stone because you're open to change. You're adaptable to your environment. Okay, so have tea and welcome the presence. Have tea with the birds. Let me just peek at that one, because that one has the message in it. Is this making any sense? I'm hearing Spanish, like someone singing in Spanish. I don't know Spanish. This moment calls for imagination. Think of your imagination as a bird with an important letter for you. Invite it for tea and cupcakes. Don't waste time arguing for your limitations. Instead, ask, what is the best thing that could possibly happen? You've been trained to anticipate failure. Your mind will continually return to find what's wrong or lacking in any given situation. Only you can tell it to pipe down so you can hear the sweet chirping encouragement of imagination. Even though it can feel risky and counterintuitive to indulge in possibilities, we wouldn't have remarkable breakthroughs like airplanes traveling and penicillin without asking what if and why not. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like this new energy that's come through and these random messages. Like there's people who are going to pop on this video and be like, this is wackadoodle, this is a scam, this is whatever. But I have to trust, I have to take this creative risk and trust that this is going somewhere and this is important and this is landed on your lap for a reason, or whoever needs to hear it. And that's what this card is saying too. You know, intuition and imagination are deeply intertwined. And so you may feel like you're imagining things or you're making things up, but I feel like Spirit is saying it's a new way of intuiting. It's a new way of downloading. Trust it. Trust it. See what happens. Welcome the presence of your own imagination. You could also be creating an opportunity that would not exist if you don't allow yourself to imagine it into existence. Don't take an opportunity that's been prescribed, predefined for you. Alter it to your needs, is what I'm getting. Invite imagination to keep you company as you consider what might happen if you turned your magic all the way on. Turn the dial of your magic up. I like it. Okay, let's go in further and see what else is going on here. Let's see your strengths. What are your strengths? Inner journey, 8 of Cups, walking away, introspection. Knowing your strength is knowing what holds emotional resonance for you and what doesn't. You know, I feel like you're the kind of person who can hear when something is true and when something is not, when something is coming from a place of spirit and when something is not. It's not about the words that are said, it's about the frequency, the vibration, the resonance, and your attunement to it. I'm hearing something has been shuttered. I don't know what that means for everyone. Shuttered down or something like that. So your strength is your inner journey, your ability to know when to walk away. And this is why you should trust your imagination as part of your intuition, because your strength is knowing when something is maybe egoic or a projection or just silliness, you know when to walk away from that. You can feel the difference in the energy. You hold the light deep within. Okay. Yeah. And then there's something here, when I said that, I was seeing like light come from you and project onto the moon. It's like you are what gives the moon its light. The moon is reflecting your light. Maybe literally. Can you imagine that? You should. Turn your magic up. The moon is reflecting your light, so pay attention. In the new moon, when the moon is dark, what's going on with you? Have you gone dark in some way? Maybe that's a good thing. It doesn't have to be bad. But the more you track your inner journey with the moon and its cycles, the more you'll be able to navigate your way. Okay? Let's see an area that maybe you're still working on. It's a little bit of an inner obstacle for you, something you need to integrate maybe. Let's see, what's that? I love that the Eight of Cups in this deck is inner journey. You know, usually we say it's walking away from something, which it is, but it's walking away from something to go on an inner journey. You're not afraid of that. And if you were afraid of going on an inner journey, an inner quest for your own soul and spirit's mission, purpose, joys, and loves, that's what I'm getting, then you would just stay in a disappointing situation. A situation that has been offered a solution so that it's not so confusing, but that solution is an illusion. That's for someone. So let's see. Feels like you were in a confusing situation, or there were a lot of questions, and somebody comes in and says something to try to make everything make sense for you, but it's not really the answer. It's more of an illusion. It's more something someone says to make you stay put. Dissension. 3 of buttons in reverse, 3 of pentacles in reverse, apathy and uncommitted. So your shadow, the impermanence can be a strength of yours, you know, being able to erase the past and rewrite it. But in the shadow aspect of that same energy, it comes across as uncommitted, as apathetic to what's happened. Perhaps you have a strong ability to move on, to walk away, to go on your inner journey. And people in your past are looking at you like, oh, well, okay then. Guess that didn't mean much, even though you may not experience your own path that way. Maybe what's happened in the past means a lot to you. But you also know that you can change your future independent of what happened in the past. But others might see it as cold in some way. You could also have difficulty working in a team. Not that you're not a good team player, but that you bring more expertise than other people do. And that's what the members only reading was really emphasizing. And I feel it coming through here again today. And that's really embracing your expertise, your strength, your imagination, your ability to see solutions beyond what other people can see, to create worlds rather than just see them. Embrace that part of you, because if you push it aside, or you say it's hogwash, or you say you're being silly, or you're scared of what people might say if you just go with your imagination 100%, or your intuition, or you follow your downloads and you say your channeled messages, and you're scared of people looking at you like you're a wonkadoodle, then it goes into the shadow, because it is a part of you. And in the shadow, when your imagination goes in the shadow, then we're really in the 7 of Cups. Then we're really in a place of not knowing what's up and what's down, what's true and what's a lie, what's right and what's wrong. Everything is all over the place. It's a very discombobulating experience. So if you do feel like you're really confused about what's true and what's not, and who you are and what's going on, then think about is there some way that you have put your imagination and your expertise in whatever your expertise is in, creativity, maybe something work related. I don't know what your expertise is exactly, but have you put that in the shadow due to fear of being judged, or because someone told you it wasn't real or wasn't good enough? What did you do with that energy? Because now it's at the top, which reminds me of the movie Inception. Now it's like there's something just spinning in the shadow that wants to be brought into the light. Your ability to create, your ability to see the truth. Even when it seems like that truth might be far-fetched, you catch glimmers of it all the time. Okay. Let's see more about what you need to know. What is it that you need to know? What do you need to know? Well, I'm hearing, what do you want to know? There's something about you realizing that a lot of your needs are being met already. So now it's about, what do you want? And this came through in another reading. I think it was a sign reading, where you could be feeling like you're still in survival mode. I need this, this, and this, and that's all I can think about. I need to survive. And Spirit's saying, that's kind of a residual energy, because you are surviving. And not only are you surviving, but you're ready to thrive. Or you already are. So think about what you want, not just what you need. Push past the basic and really ask for the fantastic. Something that feels way out of reach. Ask for it and you shall receive. Okay? This is like, say you're looking for somewhere to live, and some of you are. Yes, of course, a roof over your head, 4 walls and a door and a lock and a shower and all of those things are what you need, and maybe is all that you can think about. But I'm getting this. It's like, think beyond that. Set the need as something you already have and think beyond it. Now, this is just what I'm getting. It's up to you what you want to do. But it changes the energy around something. Okay, let's see. What do you want? What do you want to know? We have disagreement, 5 of Needles. Some of you disagree with what I just said. That's okay. Overindulgence, materialism, immaturity, and conflict. Wow. Okay, so there's something big going on that you want to know about. Something that has to do with an unequal playing field. I'm seeing a baseball game, the 9th inning. All bases are loaded. But somebody doesn't want to go to bat. And it's like, but we're right here. We're going to win. And somebody doesn't want to play anymore, or somebody purposefully strikes out, you know? There's something going on, a conflict, where there's an unequal playing field. Someone's being mature, and somebody's being immature. On this card it says envy, irresponsibility, and that's causing conflict. This might be why it's hard to work together. Overindulgence. Maybe somebody sees you as too fantastical, that you're asking for too much, and it's creating a disagreement. So let me see. I don't believe you are asking for too much, because the other cards here are telling you to use your imagination and imagine beyond the ordinary. beyond the basic. So let's see why you need to know this, or want to know this. Ooh, the Three of Swords came out. You probably didn't see it, but it kind of spun around and it landed in reverse, which is relief, acceptance, growth. Yeah, well, that's it. You need to accept the unequal playing field and go from there. Something that was causing a lot of sorrow and pain and suffering, you just spun it around on the table and said, no, you know what? I'm not going to allow myself to get wrapped up in this disagreement, in this conflict, and let somebody else's immaturity define my maturity. Instead, I'm going to see something for what it is and accept it. And that's going to bring you a lot of relief. So I'm going to get the tarot out and we're going to see what else is going on here. Actually, let me just get one more card for who you are. Who are you? Oh, we got a few. The champion. Yeah, the baseball game. You're the champion. If you were up to bat, you would hit a home run. Okay, achievement and downfall, it says on it. The shepherd, celebration and family. You're probably a leader or a mediator in your family situation, or maybe even in relationships. And the chiromancer, delivering news. There is news coming through, and I'm getting that. And Spirit's reminding me not to forget. There's a letter, there's a message, there's an email, there's a text. I don't know, there's some kind of communication coming through. And we saw that palm, that hand in the beginning. This is something like fated. Collaboration. Somebody does want to work with you. But do you want to work with them? Okay, well, let's see. If there's a plan or something you have and it's not quite panning out, then maybe walking away from it and redesigning it, reimagining the plan in a way that actually works is what you need to do. Okay, let's see. What's the message? I feel like you're very resourceful. 8 of Wands. A lot of 8s here. Let's get all the cards out. You are actually initiating somebody. You. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, 4 of Cups. That's that immaturity. So can I just get a quick peek on who this immature energy is? Now, it could be a group of people. It could be an aspect of your shadow. So let's see what the immaturity is or who it is. The Acolyte, new projects, learning. This is somebody who wants to be somewhere where it's not time for them to be yet. Okay, this is somebody who wants a certain status or certain access to information, or wants to be with you, or I don't know, wants a certain position in the company, whatever it is. They're very ambitious in that way, but it's not time for them. They may have put in the work or not. I don't really know. I'm not getting a message about whether they've worked hard or not. It's more like they are striving towards some kind of goal out of envy rather than an inner journey or hopefulness or bathing in the moon. You know, this isn't a energy that's trusting and has faith. This is more, I want what someone else has, or I want you so nobody else has you. You know, this is a kind of energy that compares themselves a lot to others. And again, this could be an aspect of you in the shadow, right? When you get lost on your inner journey and you start getting down on yourself, you're in that valley, you don't know what's going on, then you start comparing yourself to others. So it could be both and situation, another person and yourself. So take it however it resonates for you. And I'm seeing this scroll tied up. I feel like this is who's sending the message. Either a part of your shadow is sending you a message, or somebody who wants to be at a certain level is sending you a message, trying to take on something that I feel like they're not ready for. Their intentions could be good, but I feel there's too much conflict in their energy right now. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The bases are loaded, right? And the person comes up to hit the home run, but maybe they don't have the skill to do it. What are you going to do? Okay. Your overall energy is the 8 of Wands. This is the downloads, the information, the fast-moving communication. Pegasus here. Imagination, creativity. So tell me more about why you're in the 8 of Wands. Well, your energy is buzzing. It's moving. The Hermit, the inner journey. Yeah, this is like Justice at the bottom. This is, look how you're looking over at this energy, 8 of Wands, that's coming towards you, or that you're buzzing with. This fast-moving communication, these downloads, this intuition, these creative, inspiring ideas. Maybe you feel like moving your body a lot lately. There's something going on here where you're feeling a pickup in the energy, but you're looking at this part of you, or you're looking at this energy like, really? You're not real. Or you're not deep enough. You don't have the experience, the know-how. So there's some self-doubt here that I'm picking up on in terms of what's shifting inside of you. You kind of doubt it a little bit. Or you're wanting to double check things even. Maybe even silencing this energy at some level. Now, for others of you, you're really receiving messages from somebody. Like they were going to start coming in quickly. Oh, interesting. I just saw his eyes. I mean, they were probably always like this, but I just saw them move. Like he was looking at the horse, and then when I looked down, he was looking right at me. So you may be asking yourself, what do I want to do with all this communication, all these messages and invitations and downloads and all of this energy coming towards me? What am I supposed to do with it? Well, I feel like when all this information comes through, I'm going to ask what this information's about. You take a moment to reflect on why it's in your life, why this is happening, and what it means. But this isn't something that sends you into a spiral, into a tizzy, into a dark night of the soul. This message that comes through, this information that comes through is something you work through fairly quickly with the 8 of Wands and the Hermit. But still with wisdom. But quicker. That's what I said. It's like Spirit's getting things to move quicker for you. You don't have to sit there and meditate on it and think about it and journal about it. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't need to. The wisdom is at your fingertips. What is this that's coming through? And I am seeing like text messages, but I feel like it could be anything. It doesn't have to be that. But Spirit's showing it to me as like quick communication. Instant, like instant messages, right? Direct messages. The High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, something that was only happening in the ethers, or something that you only intuited, or something that was hidden is suddenly here, right in front of you. It says on it, repression, superficiality, and secrets revealed. So the information that comes through is secret knowledge, hidden knowledge, maybe esoteric knowledge, spiritual knowledge, or it could be about a particular situation that you're thinking of. But see, there's something in your energy that was repressing this frequency that allows you to get the energy quickly. Okay, maybe you felt like you weren't ready for it yet, or maybe you weren't ready for it yet. You passed through a portal, you shifted, you ascended, you descended, and then ascended, and then descended. You know, like you went back and forth, and that stirred up this energy that allowed you to break up some wall, some blocks, some obstacles, some repression of your ability to receive information quickly. So in the past, you probably got information at some point in your life. It came in and out of nowhere, and like it created quite a upheaval for you. You felt like you weren't ready, or you wish you had known it was coming. And so maybe you had a negative experience or a bad emotional reaction to something shocking communication, fast communication. So you told yourself at some level, I don't want to receive that kind of communication anymore. You know, so you repress the frequency. Do you get what I'm saying? But now you're not. Secrets revealed. That's what the message is, that, you know, whatever you receive, the news you receive, it's going to reveal a secret. Okay, 3 of Wands for what you don't see coming. This is your vision. Look at this card. Growth. Your vision begins to grow. The universe in reverse, decadence. Lots of overindulgence and decadence coming through. And then courage. See, it's like somebody's telling you that you're asking for too much, you're wanting too much, or spirituality and material abundance don't mix together. Not really. Like, disagree. Okay, disagree. Everything is energy. Everything is a frequency. It's all how you perceive it. It's what you attribute to that energy that makes it either good or bad for you, right? I'm hearing abundance is meant to be shared, but someone has to start somewhere. Okay, so decadence and courage. You have the courage to break through some kind of stagnation that comes from somebody making you feel bad for wanting more, for having more. There's something that like you were moving towards, and then it, like you got held back, or it dipped, you know, that valley, like it dipped. And now that you've decided this is mine to have, this is mine to imagine, I am limitless in my possibilities, I'm gonna chill in the abundance matrix, not the lack matrix. It's like the energy breaks up, and it like you get catapulted forward. I actually feel the sensation of it coming towards you though, and I don't always feel that. Courage, fierce energy, take charge. Queen of Wands. Sunflowers could be significant too. There could be a cat that's related to sunflowers in some way. Or an animal that's named after a flower. I'm hearing daisy. Okay, let's see. So what you don't see coming is your courage amping up to go after. It's not the right language to go after what you want, but that language isn't the right language. It's we have finances and mentorship, the runaway, secrets, running from problems. It's to claim what's yours, really, rather than run from it because someone told you what you wanted was a problem. It's to grow in your abundance. But it starts with a recognition of the ways in which you've repressed your imagination. or been scared that it's going to be judged. I'm hearing we need people like you. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. We do. Wheel of Fortune for the opportunity. Here comes the fortunate change, the abundance. Look at the big moon in the middle. The mysteries attached to your abundance. What about them? The Assassin, ruthlessness and conviction. That's what others are envious of. The mystery of how you come into your abundance. But it's your frequency, it's your energy. It's nothing that you can necessarily chart on paper, which is why it remains a mystery to those who are not thinking about energy dynamics. The waker, awareness and reflection. See, when somebody this immature person comes up to bat and they realize hitting a home run is all about their energy signature and their belief in themselves and their ability to heal the parts of themselves that they've repressed, that is playful, joyful, imaginative, and loving, then the adventure, expectations, responsibility, then they can expect to hit a home run and start a new adventure. So that's what you've done. Okay. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune for your opportunity. I'm hearing special ops. Okay. Exclusion, gossip, alone time with the Three of Cups, and patience, temperance, balance. Well, friendships have been kind of strange overall, I'd say. You meet some interesting characters along the way, and you might find that you prefer being alone more often than not. Or you prefer sticking with the group you have. Okay, but there's something here. Let's see, what's changing here? You're about to be included. Decision. What are you about to be included in? Well, I feel like part of the fortunate change is you excluding some energy, but there's also something you're including. What is this? Breakthrough, Ace of Swords, intellect, clarity, honesty. You're including the truth in your vision. And the truth might have been hard to see or to accept. Yeah, we had acceptance, right? So now that you accept the truth, you include it in your vision, in your manifestation, in your aura, in your essence. The truth becomes part of, like, really fully formed into your essence, so much so that you never accept lies again. Dissipation, that energy of people lying to you begins to dissipate. Self-mastery, strength, control, and discipline. Because, you know, we all say we want the truth, but a lot of us don't, or sometimes we don't, because the truth sometimes sucks. It hurts our ego a lot of the times. But in reality, it just makes us stronger. It sets us free. Free from the ego. So you're going to have a breakthrough. Sewing could be significant. I'm seeing this thimble here. You're including truth and a breakthrough. This could also be the downloads you receive. That's part of your process now. You're including those truths that feel a little bit different than how you used to receive them before. The challenge is the Knight of Swords, and this is why I said you're initiating someone. Now, you could be initiating someone by excluding them and setting them on a certain path or a journey. Let's see. What are you doing? How are you initiating this energy? The Empress, creativity, nature, nurture. Nature and nurture. Tell me, Spirit. The Empress is knighting someone here, and it's the challenge. Well, this is also Spirit asking you to really step up your creativity, okay? And the way that you nurture yourself, because it's in your nature to be creative and caring and abundant, but not without boundaries. But the first message I got is you're initiating someone. So maybe you're initiating someone into the Empress energy, which would mean that they start to mother themselves. They start to care for themselves rather than expecting you to do it or someone else to do it. Rather than being envious, they learn from their mistakes. They learn from their conflict. They learn from their jealousy. Okay, anything else that you're doing, you're initiating? The High Priestess. Ooh, the High Priestess and the Empress. That's been coming through together a lot lately, which I love. It's both the conscious feminine, like the material feminine, creating in the material actual world with the Empress, and then the subconscious feminine energy, the High Priestess, the one in the moon, the one who exists in the dark, the one who receives the downloads that aren't material, but are real nonetheless. So this is you trusting both what you see and what you know. This is also you creating tangibly, actually, and then also imaginally, like in your imagination. You're going to be inspired by yourself more than others. Someone says something to you and it's a little haphazard. They didn't think it through. And that's the moment of their initiation because you respond in a way that they weren't expecting. And it's exactly how you should respond. And some of you, this has already happened. You responded exactly how you should. And some of you didn't respond at all. Whatever you did, this person came at you like the Knight of Swords, like, just not thinking. Maybe coming at you with shame wounds or, guilt, envy, jealousy, whatever it was. And the response you give is the moment that initiates them on their own path. This is way more profound than how I'm making it seem. Okay. The Smith, overthinking and taking action. Yeah, rather than overthinking, how should you respond? What should you do? You just took the action. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. Okay, 5 of Cups for your advice. And I'm seeing this bat at the top, which was I also talked a lot about yesterday. So let's see. Let's see more about this. What is the 5 of Cups for your guidance, your advice? There's the owl too. Mastery, 8 of buttons. So 888 we have. Apprentice. Focus. 8 of buttons, 8 of pentacles with this hammerhead shark and a screw. Hammer and screw, clever. Hammer and a screw. You don't exactly hammer and a screw. So there's something that you could adjust. A different tool you could use to help you work through something emotionally difficult or some regrets or sadness you have for yourself, some grief you're going through for yourself or some grief somebody else is going through. But I feel like you're grieving something, the loss of something or the acceptance. It's like you're grieving the lie, which can be possible, right? You believed somebody was capable of being somewhere that they're not at this moment. And now that you accept that truth, you're grieving what you hoped would have happened. But there's a different kind of tool that you can use to help you through your grieving process, through your disappointment. Because a hammer, if you hammer in a screw, it ain't good. You're doing unnecessary damage. Right. So let's see. What tool are you mastering, or are you going to use and then master? What tool? What's the tool? Compassion. Compassion is the tool you need. Compassion for yourself, King of Cups. Compassion for the situation. Diplomacy. Balance. Consciously working with your emotional state and responding to it as required rather than reacting to it. Compassion is the tool that you use to help you go through any disappointment that you have. Okay? So the outcome for you is the Six of Cups, which is childhood, which is feeling like that imagination, the moon bathe in hope. Six of Cups, something from the past, nostalgia. Let's see. Well, there's a unicorn, right? Which is very connected to imagination. Did you ever see that movie, The Last Unicorn? Could be significant for you. You could feel alone all of a sudden. You're not. Ace of Cups. Well, this is a childhood dream or premonition and prophecy that you had that is about to happen. There's potential for it to happen. It's a creative one. It's one connected to love. It's one full of surprises too. So something you wanted for a very long time, ever since you were young. Something you imagined. Could be your own magic at some level. Turn up the magic, right? Is now becoming a potential, a real potential. So what is this potential with the Ace of Cups? What is this potential? Nine of Wands and the Queen of Wands again. Queen of Wands over here. Courage, fierce energy, take charge. You're taking charge of your dreams. You're taking charge of your path. Queen of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Your resiliency. You may also be showing compassion to someone around you who isn't quite there yet, but is determined and showing their resilience. And you're seeing their potential. That's for some of you. For others of you, it's about yourself. I don't feel like I'm fully closed out on this reading, so let me get an oracle card. And then we'll leave it there. 5747. It's a long one. Okay, let's see. I hope that helped. It was really weird and different. Like the way the energy came through. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing movement towards adventure, and I did see that adventurer card before. Maybe I'll read that. And then we see joyful muse, inspiration, and winter's dream gestation period. Yeah, it's like whatever you felt you needed more of, like some inspiration, is suddenly breaking free for you, and it's coming to the surface. It's making itself accessible to you. Something that was sleeping for a while, something you repressed, something that wasn't quite ready is now here, and it's allowing you to move towards an adventure. Is there another card I need to see? Thank you. I felt like it. Me Talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit, an unmarked trail, revelation. I'm going to read unmarked trail. Maybe. I don't know. Well, let's I don't know which one to read. You definitely have had a lot of energies moving through you. And you have repaired the body-mind-spirit connection by your ability to go on an inner journey and walk away from something that is not emotionally resonant with you. Okay, Spirit, I need help here because I want to read them all, but I ain't going to do that. So let's see. Which one do I read? Me Talks. That was the one that I wouldn't choose. Interesting. But it's the one you need to hear. Eliminating toxic thinking, repairing the body, mind, spirit, cleaning house. When the Me Talks card appears, it challenges you to discard the deep, dearly held judgments that you have passed over yourself and others. Release the people who you feel wronged or offended you. Recognize that they mirror the shadow aspects of your own soul. Yes, it's a tough pill to swallow. Only then can you cull from your life the toxic people you have allowed into your inner circle. It's time for a cleaning of your proverbial house. Get rid of the thoughts and personal judgments poisoning your mind. Eliminate the inauthentic beliefs of others you've adopted as your own. Do so before your mind makes you sick, and empty your literal cupboards of the unhealthy junk food poisoning your body. Fast for one day or skip a meal to allow your body to cleanse itself and rid itself of toxins. Me Talks appears as a warning that you can no longer postpone the self-care and pampering you long for. The time is now. Do healthy maintenance on your body before you have to make repairs that you will never quite recover from. Me Talks has come to caution you that it is not too late, but you are at the 11th hour. Do not deprive yourself of the health you deserve. So somebody, all of us, needed to hear that. Okay? And this links to that energy coming quickly to you. It needs to be able to move through you and not get lodged and stuck in toxic energy that we're still attached to or that we're consuming or whatever. It doesn't have to be just food. It can be anything. It could be things we're watching, things we're reading, things we're thinking, people around us. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.